Hello and welcome to the Ellen Made Book Club. Today I'm going to be choosing my August TBR and I'm going to be using a brand new TBR jar. I just want to play, okay? Hopefully this will be fun. This is great. What am I doing? Some kind of a joystick? What? No, these are horrible. This is not going great. So this is the third TBR jar that I have had since starting my channel. I started with the one that's glowing behind me with just like general prompts, which was very random. And then I narrowed it down to another TBR jar with my different reading challenges, and that worked a little bit better. And I have since updated my list of 25 books that I want to read in 2025. I also did a video about TBRs and what I feel about them and how they are fun to make and not always fun to actually read, and how the randomness of it all is not really working for me all the time. And then I also did videos about a couple of reading events or like themes for the month of August that I want to join in on the fun of. Which is August, hosted by Mariandrea at Books and Bocadillos and Suey at Suey's Book Banter. And that event is all about reading young adult fiction and nonfiction. And then the other event is Women in Translation. And I saw Angelia at Read and Reread do a video about women in translation, literature recommendations, and pile of possibilities. And so I did that too, and now I'm excited about that. So yeah, and then I also have some current reads going on and some books from the library, and we'll see. And then I have this new TBR jar. Somehow I want all of that to just come together into the perfect TBR. And I know that I'm delusional because I have lots of big books from the library and that I want to read and that I want to read this summer and in August. And so I don't know what I'm thinking doing this, but I do want to give this a try, this new TBR jar, because I hope to use this like the rest of the year, because I've missed doing the TBR jar videos. And so I want a TBR jar, but I just want one that works for me and that's fun and exciting and that makes reading the books that I want to read exciting. And I don't know. I just want to play, okay? I also feel like sometimes I've picked out the TBR for the upcoming month like too far in advance, and so by the time that month comes around, I'm no longer excited about the TBR for that reason. So I'm gonna pick a TBR and I'm gonna start it right now. That's my plan. Hopefully this will be fun. So the prompts in this TBR jar are in different colors, like they always are in my TBR jars. But this time they are specific books, and the different colors represent different stuff. So the pink ones are books that are on my 25 in 2025 list. The blue ones are for my other reading challenges, so books that might go for different prompts on several of the other reading challenges, like the Buzzword and the Read Good and the Savage and all of that. And then the green prompts are audiobooks, and they might be for the reading challenges as well. And I think I might have put in some other audiobooks on the green ones as well, I can't remember. But then I also have yellow prompts, which are for other books. So I can kind of choose beforehand if I want a book that fulfills a prompt or if I want another book that's just a book that I want to read for myself. And I can choose, like, maybe I pick prompts for the reading challenges first, and then if I have more time, I can pick a yellow prompt as well. I don't know. And then there's a bunch of white prompts in here, and those are different little games or like different little ways to pick a book. So those are not specific titles, those are more like a bit more random, but I'm thinking that this gives me a bit of flexibility. Like if I want to pick a specific book, I can do that, or I can pick a little challenge random game thing. I don't know. We're trying this out today, like I said, and I'm gonna hope for books that fit August or Women in Translation, or hopefully both. We'll see where this goes, and if this ends up being a TBR that I don't feel good about, I'm gonna read whatever. But I want to try it out because I'm excited. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do a book first. Okay, so I'm gonna start by picking a book from the 25 in 2025 list. So a pink prompt. Is that good? Let's do that. Let's pick a pink prompt. Let's go for that one. Is that pink? That is indeed pink. And let's see what it says. There we go. Do you want to see it first? Oh, that's not in focus at all. What does it say? The Old Woman with the Knife. That's perfect. That's one of the books that I wanted to read this month, or like in August. Because that is a woman in translation. This is by Gu Byeong-mo and it's translated by Ji-young Kim from the Korean. And I'm very excited about this. See, this is working out already. Yeah, this is perfect. This is about an old woman who is a contract killer and she's considering retirement, but then there's an upcoming young male rival and she has to show him what's what. And yeah, I think it's going to be funny and thrillery and a fun time, and I'm very intrigued and I'm very happy now because that was perfect. Okay, so let's also, I guess, pick a green one because I want an audiobook. So let's hope for an audiobook. I will say there's also a couple of books in here that are not out yet, that are going to be published in like September or something. So if I get one of those, I'm gonna pick another one. So can you see? I'm picking a green one. I got two. Which one? That one. Okay. This is very exciting. Okay. What does this say? Is that upside down? Havoc. Okay. This one is also on my list of 25 books to read in 2025. This is another thriller and it's set in a hotel, which fulfills a prompt on the Savage Prompts challenge. This is perfect. And Caitlin from Spill the Reads says this is very good, and so I trust her recommendation and I'm very eager to try this one. Perfect. Okay. And also because now I have the titles on the little note things, it's going to be a lot easier to keep track of what I chose instead of like it saying blue and I have to remember what I chose for that. This is great. Okay. What else do we have? Reading challenge books and other books and then games. Let's do a game. Or like a random, let's do a white prompt. Okay. I'm so ridiculously excited, but that's the fun of it, right? So this is a white one and let's see what this one says. I folded these really weird, but like I did it on the first one and then I couldn't stop. So what does this one say? This is a whole little rules set. So this says tarot card. Roll one die, pick that many tarot cards, match them to a book. So I have a die and I have a little thing here that I can roll it in. So I guess I'm gonna do that. I don't know. What does it say? 5 tarot cards and I have to match them all to one book. Okay. And I have this little deck that is the Smith-Waite tarot deck, which is just some kind of a standard one. I'm not super into tarot cards. I don't know how to use them. I don't know what all of them mean. Whatever. Let's shuffle these, I guess. Okay, it's not that serious. So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna pick this one and that one because that's the one I touched the first, and then this and this and this. I don't know. So I have the Tower, 9 of Swords. I don't think I thought this through. 5 of Pentacles, Justice, and the Emperor. Okay, so this is super tricky. The first one that comes to mind is actually this one. While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams, because where do I put this? Because we have justice, which is a literal word in the title, and this is a legal thriller about the White House and stuff, and so I feel like that also goes with the Emperor and maybe also the Tower, because this one I think it's like something is about to fall apart and then be rebuilt or something like that, so I feel like that's a bit like revolutionary. We have this card, the Five of Pentacles, which is, you know, people out in the cold and being poor, and I feel like the White House, you know, there's some connections there. And then we also have this card, which is the Nine of Swords, which is literally a person in bed. Like if we have sleep and justice and then a bunch of like government-ish cards, I feel like that's this book, right? That makes perfect sense to me, so I'm gonna put this on the TBR as well. Okay. Well, that worked out. Do we want to do another game? Because that was fun. I'll do another blue card, I think, just to make sure that I have books for my reading challenges. And like I can still do that with the games, but like it's a bit more tricky. While Justice Sleeps is not for any reading challenge. That's a blue prompt, so let's see what this one says. Jaded, is it? I don't know if I want to read that this month. I just had that from the library and I do want to read it, but I think that's too long. So I'm gonna put that back and I'm gonna pick another blue one. This one. Where is the... Where? Why can't I open this? There we go. The Break. Okay. That is by Katherena something. An Indigenous author, I think. Canadian author, I think. That is the book that I will have to get from the library. What reading challenge would that go for? Maybe my diversity book bingo, like a library book. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna put a hold for that at the library and see if I can get that this month. Okay, that feels good. I think that's a little bit shorter. I'm not 100% sure, but let's go with that. What am I doing? I need something for August, I think. So let's try another game and see if we can pick something out of that for August. So this is another game thing. Generate 3 emojis. Match them each to one book. Choose 1 to 3 to read. Okay, so that gives us options. So now I have to do that thing and record it and all of that. Okay, so hang on. Random emoji generator. There we go. Okay, so let's randomize. We have a blue brush, I guess, and then we have a dog, and then we have feet, or like footprints. Let's do another one. I don't like that one. No. This is not going great. Okay, let's do another one. No, what is this? We have the dark side of the moon, I guess. Some kind of a letter and an arrow that's pointing left or back. Dark side of the moon. Or like it's dark and there's no moon. 2 twisted crowns could go for the dark moon thing. It's very misty and foggy here, and so you can't really see the moon. So let's go with that one. And then we have an arrow and a letter. What do I have that's like a letter? I tried doing this before, like just trying it out, and I got a bunch of different random emojis and they were all super fun and I could like think of books immediately. And now I just cannot think of anything. I don't know. I'm gonna keep 2 twisted crowns and then I'm just gonna pick another 3 emojis because I can't pick anything. This one is something scary. And a frog and a family. I mean, I'm not gonna find anything for the frog, I don't think. That's no better. Oh my gosh. These are horrible. Okay, so we have some kind of a joystick. Do something. What? No. Okay, so this one says free on the first button, and then there's a blue heart, and then there is a clock that says 9 o'clock. Free, 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 free. The one that says free could be Hours by Philip B. Williams, because this is about people who are freeing themselves and other people from slavery. So let's go with this one for free. And then we have a blue heart. That could mean blue, blah, 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 Blackwood's Blue Sky by Eowyn Ivey. This has a bit of romance in it, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's very blue. And then we have the clock that says 9 o'clock. I guess I could pick Where Sleeping Girls Lie, because girls in school are supposed to go to sleep by 9. But like not maybe in the sinister sense that they do in this book. I don't really know. Let's do this. Okay. Match them each to one book and then choose 1 to 3 to read. So I can choose one of these or all 3 of these to put on my TBR. So I think I'm gonna put Where Sleeping Girls Lie on my TBR, because that goes for August. And I'm also going to put Hours by Philip B. Williams on my TBR, because that is on my summer TBR for Big Book Summer. And yeah, let's not talk more about that. That's a bunch of books. I think that's enough for me. And yeah, there's also Legendborn that I'm in the middle of that I want to continue reading, so that's on my TBR as well. So we have Hours by Philip B. Williams. For like the 15th time, we have Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abike Iyemide. Oh my goodness. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. The Old Woman with the Knife by Gu Byeong-mo. And we also have The Break from the Library by... I don't know why I didn't write that on the note, but anyways. And then we also have Havoc, which is by Christopher Bollen, I think his name is. So yeah, this is my delusional TBR for August. I also want to read a bunch for August, like I said. So Two Twisted Crowns. Oh my goodness, they're all falling. I also want to read Queer Ducks by Elliot Treffer. And yeah, I think that's the only one that I will add to this pile. So yeah, this pile, Havoc, The Break, and Queer Ducks. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's my very ambitious TBR for the upcoming weeks. And we will see how that goes. I do at least have some books for Women in Translation and for August, and books that are in alignment with my reading challenges, so that's good. And I got to play my little TBR jar game again, which was a lot of fun, even though the emojis were not really cooperating. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a good summer so far. I hope you're reading good books. Thank you so much for watching. I also hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah, I also wanted to read... Yeah, anyways, okay.